welcome back. Do you love playing Caustic, but you're tired of playing Battle Royale? Today, let's get you settled into the arena with this set of 5 beginner Apex Legends arena tips for Caustic players. Tip number 1, what to buy. Prioritize 2 to 3 additional gas traps. At least 1 frag grenade, because they're great for banking or pushing people out of hiding spots. A shield cell, and personally I would go with the P2020 or the Mozambique to start since they're free. And as a more general tip, I would definitely say only grab your ult if it's the winning round. I say that because ults can only be purchased every couple of rounds, so you have to make it count. It does carry over to the next round if you don't use it though. So you can buy it one round, not use it, and then proceed to use it the next round. Tip number 2, prepare your side. Push to place traps at choke points. This is one of the few times where I'd really recommend being more forward and actually kind of rushing to place your traps and kind of getting things out ahead. Pay attention to the map and the ring where it's going to be, and focus on covering your sides and the rear, kind of where you expect players could flank you from. Emphasize on baiting people to come to you, and don't stray too far away from your team if you don't have vision. If you do, things are gonna get pretty messy pretty quick. Tip number 3, take back your traps. Remember to pick up traps since they'll be more limited in this mode. And don't be stubborn and move your traps if needed. You want to keep them where the action is, where they're going to be relevant to your team. But traps you don't use do carry over as well. Tip number 4, weapons to pick. Again, P2020 plus the Mozambique for at least the first round since they're free. They're pretty good. Pretty capable, especially if you can get sights for them. Or you also have the RE45 plus the P2020 or the Mozambique if you need that kind of automatic weapon, but it's still pretty cheap. After the first round, I usually stick with the R99 plus either one of the shotguns, the Mastiff or the EVA 8, because that kind of works together as a pretty solid close range option. And when you're playing as Caustic, you definitely want to kind of look more towards close range combat. Maybe medium range, we'll get to that, but definitely prioritize like close range SMGs and one of the shotguns. Kind of depending on how things are going after the first round or so. If things are not going your way, I would actually suggest the R301. Arguably not the strongest weapon, but it's pretty easy to use and very consistent. Very helpful for both mid and kind of close range. You can pair this with pretty much anything really. So if you kind of want a little bit more controlled, if the team isn't flowing together as well as you might hope. For the winning or final round, I usually like to switch over to the Devotion as a nice heavy hitting push for the end. It does have pretty good mid-range focus and can potentially be used at close range. I'm definitely looking more for mid-range with the Devotion here. And you can also pair that with one of the shotguns as well to make up for the close range combat. Depending on your comfort level, you can experiment with the Marksman or other long range weapons, but this is kind of geared more towards beginners and your mileage may vary. I personally don't mess with those too much in this mode because as Caustic again, you are primarily focusing on close quarters combat, so you'd want something to work in tandem with your ability, with your traps. If you found any of these tips helpful, definitely leave a like on the video. That would be crazy helpful. Tip number 5, and this is a big one, and that is teamwork makes the dream work. Flow of arena is different from Battle Royale, and more effort should be put into fighting with your team. Consider being a little more aggressive and working to engage and flank enemies your teammates are fighting. So definitely try to play a little bit more tightly, as opposed to completely running off on your own. In this mode, if you go down, there is a high chance you won't be revived. So if you run off on your own and you go down, you're just putting your team down one player. With all of that said, you may still be at the mercy of your teammates. An important bonus tip would be to know which characters actually pair well with Caustic and have good synergy, which luckily I have a video just about that right here. So certainly check that out, and I'll catch you over there. But until next time, I'll catch y'all later.